Ant-Man and the Wasp is once again directed by, give me 1 second folks, is directed by Peyton Reed, if that's his name, who also directed the first Ant-Man movie, which was a great movie, which we'll get into in a minute. Once again stars Paul Rudd, Michael Douglas, Michael Pena, and Michelle Pfeiffer, and some other people in here. And this is the 20th MCU movie. Can you believe that? This is 10 years since Iron Man came out, and now we have 20 movies, which is great. I mean, Captain America: The First Avenger was the first MCU movie I saw in the cinema, and now I've seen Ant-Man and the Wasp. And yes, I am late, guys, but I'm finally here, guys. Just been busy, but yes. Let's get all the excuses out of the way and just review this. So, the first Ant-Man movie was a total surprise. People thought, you know, boy, this is going to be the first disaster in the MCU, but it was actually really good. It was fun. Paul Rudd was great as the character. Edgar Wright was originally going to direct this movie, but he couldn't, unfortunately. He's a producer in this movie. I'm not too sure, but I think he is a producer in that movie. But this was a fun movie, and I was very interested to see how Ant-Man and the Wasp would be, because spoilers for Infinity War, he wasn't in it. So basically, this is the kind of Infinity War spin-off, you might say, because technically this is an Ant-Man movie. So, and by the way, guys, this will contain no spoilers, a completely spoiler-free video, and no spoiler comments, and no spoilers in this video either. You've been warned, guys. No, not been warned. You're safe here, guys. You're safe here. Alright. Let's get into the characters in general. Paul Rudd, once again, is great as the character Ant-Man. He kills it as the Ant-Man. You know, he's great. I mean, he's a lot of fun. The last time we've seen him in was Civil War. Captain America Civil War. And that was great. And then, the Wasp in this movie, who technically she becomes the Wasp in towards the end of Ant-Man. Spoilers for that if you've not seen that. And now she is the Wasp, and boy, is she good in this movie. She was really good in the action scenes. There's, if you've seen the trailers where the guy's throwing the knives at her and she's small and she's like flying and the knives are going through. If you've seen the trailers, you'll know what I'm talking about, because that scene is awesome. And then Michael Douglas is also great as Hank in this movie as well, as the new Wasp's father, and who was the original Ant-Man before Paul Rudd's character. But yeah, you get the point. And Michael Pena is also good in this movie, too. Yeah, give me 1 second. And yeah, this movie is pretty funny, and, you know, like the first Ant-Man movie, this has a great sense of humour. I mean, what Marvel film has a great sense of humour? I mean, this sense of humour is really good. There are some great scenes in there, and yeah. Well, there's not really much else to talk about, but all I can say, I enjoyed this. Yes. Now let's get to the cons, because this isn't as quite as good as the first Ant-Man in my opinion, but it's still a fun movie nonetheless. I rank it close to it, but you'll see if when I do an updating ranking, which I'll do at some point. The first con I have is the guy from the Tomb Raider, who I believe was the villain, Walton Goggins. Yeah, if that's how you pronounce his name. He just really wasn't needed. I mean, what was the point of having him in this movie? I mean, yeah, not that great in this movie. And the ghost character who is the villain in this, this year has been pretty good with villains, you know, such as Killmonger from Black Panther, and of course Thanos in Avengers Infinity War. Oh, and outside the Marvel films, we had a great villain from Mission Impossible Fallout, Solomon Lane, and Henry Cavill's character, if you've seen the movie. Kind of a spoiler there, but whatever. I'm pretty sure you've seen it. If not, never mind. Yeah, the ghost, she's not bad in this movie, but she's not great either. I mean, some villains are bad, some are okay, some are pretty good, some are actually awesome. And she's pretty okay. Nothing really special about her character. But yeah, not really special. Nothing really special to her. And something with Michelle Pfeiffer's character, it's pretty unnecessary. Watch the movie and you'll know what I mean. There's a pretty unnecessary scene, but watch it and you'll know what I mean. Oh, and let's get to the post-credit scenes in this movie. I only saw one in the... I only saw one post-credit scene where... There are two post-credit scenes. You know, I've been hearing, which are kind of spoilers, but I heard there are two post-credit scenes. I heard one was good and one was not so good. So I stood there, and I only was expecting the good one to be at the mid-credit scene, and we're back to the positives, and it was. What a mid-credit scene. So that definitely leads on to something which, watch the movie and the mid-credit scene, stay for that, guys, it is good. Watch it and you'll know what I mean, because it is a good, very good mid-credit scene. One of the best I've seen in a while. You will not regret it. And I didn't watch the very end because it's quite unnecessary. So I just skipped it so I could have a better experience with this movie. And that's all what I got with Ant-Man and the Wasp. So overall, guys, Ant-Man and the Wasp, while it's not quite as good as the first Ant-Man movie, but it's still a pretty fun movie, still. You know, the characters are good. Paul Rudd as Ant-Man is great. The Wasp, Michael Douglas, Michael Pena, and yeah, those characters are good, and some scenes in there are really good. But yeah, there's not really much to say, because this is a spoiler-free review for Ant-Man and Wasp, like I said at the start of the video. Yeah. And despite one character I mentioned earlier being not so good, but yes, I did have a fun time with this movie. And overall, on my rating scale for Ant-Man and the Wasp, I'm going to give this movie I'm going to give it the same grade as Ant-Man, 8 out of 10. Yeah, pretty good movie. Definitely see it. I had a great time with it, personally. Alrighty guys, that was my review on Ant-Man and the Wasp. Comment down below, let me know what you thought of this movie. And comment down below, let me know, which do you prefer, the first Ant-Man or Ant-Man and the Wasp? I'm interested to know. Alright guys, I'm back to doing some review. Now I've finally got my Ant-Man and the Wasp review. That's really the only thing I've had planning to do. So, yeah. I might do a Mission Impossible ranking video at some point. I'm definitely going to be doing a MCU ranking with all 20 films from Iron Man to Ant-Man and the Wasp. Just before Captain Marvel and Avengers 4 for next year. So I'm looking forward to getting that done before those two movies for 2019. But as always, comment, like and subscribe. All my social media links are in the description down below. And make sure you don't forget to click on the notification bell before you leave for some more catch up with my channel. And if you're new, you can subscribe. And as always, until my next video, I will see you guys next time, and peace.